Hi guys, it's Coach Gigi and happy Friday. I realize that it's very dark in here. Okay, that's a little bit better. Anyway, I'm curious to know, I can relate to this. Are any of you guys going through something in your life, or maybe you're waiting on something from God and that's all that you can focus on is that one thing? It just constantly barrels on your shoulder and your mind and it won't go away. I can relate 100%. I'm going to read you guys a verse first and then kind of explain what I'm talking about. I know you've heard this before, Philippians 4:12. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret to being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. Now, isn't it hard to be content in every situation? Big time hard. And I want to share with you guys, and some of you may have heard this from me before, that I was single for way into my 40s. And, that's all I could think about, because everybody was married. Well, probably by that time, everybody was married and divorced. But when you're in your 40s and you're still single and you've been single for a long time, it really does seem like it's never going to happen for me. It's never going to happen. And this can be with any situation. It doesn't have to be singleness. It can be maybe you're in this horrible job and you've been in it forever and you're looking for other jobs, but maybe you can't find other jobs, whatever it is. Maybe you're in any kind of bad situation with a relative or a friend and it's just not getting any better. That's all you can think about. So I want to tell you just kind of how I dealt with it and what helped me get through that whole lifetime of singleness into my 40s. That is all I thought about. And especially as you start getting into your 30s, that really is the only thing you focus on all day long. And then of course you're in your 40s and then you're like, there is nothing else to think about. I am still single. I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. And not that there's anything wrong with being single, but I wanted to be married, so it was constantly on my mind. So I actually decided in my 40s, or it may have been very late 30s, that I was going to do a better job of putting God first and making sure He was number one in my life. And at that time, maybe it was 39, 40, I guess, I decided to make morning quiet time a non-negotiable in my life. It was something I was going to do every day. And it started short, which, if you guys don't have a lot of time, I know everybody is so darn busy and you may not have a lot of time, and that's normal. So maybe just start with waking up 5 to 10 minutes earlier and just say a prayer in your bed before you get out of bed to go do your stuff, or maybe make your coffee and then just sit down for 5 minutes and pray. Eventually, you are going to love that and you're going to want to increase it. And now I do almost 2 hours of quiet time. And even back, of course, I work for myself right now. I make my own schedule, so it's easy to do. But even back then, when I had a full-time job and I was teaching a lot of Zumba classes, I was teaching dance classes, I had my own business, all that stuff, I still made myself wake up an hour early, and I don't do early. I really don't. I made myself wake up an hour early to spend quiet time with God. If you put Him first, He will see that. He will see that you are making Him a priority in your life. Not only will God be like, well, I really want to bless my child because look at what she's doing. She's putting me first. Not only that, but you will be able to discern where He's leading you. You'll be able to hear His voice better because you are putting Him first in your life. Also, it helps you take that focus of whatever it is in your life right now that is just weighing down on your shoulders. If that's all that you can think about, whether it's being single, you're in a bad marriage, you don't like your job, you're going through a sickness, whatever it is in your life right now, if you just spend time with Him every single morning, make Him a priority. You can start reading the Bible cover to cover. Maybe you've never done that before. Get some good devotionals. I still, to this day, I've been reading it forever. I love Jesus Calling. It's a great devotional. Or just spend time in prayer. Maybe put on some quiet music in the background, some worship music, whatever helps you. And just pray 5, 10, 30 minutes, whatever it is that you can do. Give him that time first thing every morning. Otherwise, I know, we're going to get so busy, you are not going to have time to put God first, and you really need to make him a priority. It will truly help you guys. It will help you just get the emotions out. It will help you. I mean, yell at God if you need to. If you're upset about something in your life right now and you're like, why is this happening? I don't understand. Or why won't this happen? Or whatever it is for me and my singleness. It truly changed me because that was the only thing I thought about for 40 something years. And when I finally put God first, it wasn't always on my mind. It was like, you know what? I know that God is going to bring the right person at the right time. And I was very content with that. It also helped me to realize that I'm in that situation for a reason. So whatever it is you're going through, no matter what it is, you're there for a reason. Nothing happens just by chance. God doesn't just say, hey, I want to give so-and-so cancer for no reason. Like, God doesn't work that way. God does not do that. God did not make me single for 40-something years just for the heck of it. Honestly, you are there for a reason. So just use that time to pray and maybe learn what that is. You may not ever know. I truly think that for me, being single, God had to work on me, but I really think he had to work on my husband. I'm totally kidding. I love my hubby so much. But I think he had to work on, and my husband has had quite a past ahead of him, and he had to get through all that or he never would have met me. So I had to wait on him as well. So you have no idea what's going on out there. And like for us, what seems like a lifetime, for God is only like a few minutes. So we just have to be content in whatever the situation is that you're in. Pray to God, give it to God, let him know, you know what, I'm suffering here, but take this off of my shoulders. He will help you because you are there for a reason, not just, for the heck of it. Oh, I had a piece of paper here and I wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything I was going to tell you guys. But another thing that helped me is if there's only that one thing that's bugging you and you can't get out of your mind, focus on something else and try to do something good for somebody else. Maybe that means you go and volunteer. Maybe you start doing more activities at the church. Maybe you join a Bible study. Maybe you have some neighbors that you can help out. Whatever it is, helping others and getting more involved in either a volunteer, a club, a church, whatever, will take your mind off of your own problems. I know, believe me, I know. So try to do something good for somebody else and join a club, volunteer, and it'll take your mind off your own problems. So you're not just sitting around at home, twiddling your thumbs. Like a Bible study is good to go to at night, especially if you're dealing with singleness and you're tired of sitting at home alone every night. And you're like, okay, another night without a man. That will give you something to do. It would also bring new friends into your life, and that's always a good thing as well. So I just wanted to share this with you guys because that was what I read in my morning reading this morning, in my devotional. It was all about how you be content in whatever situation you're in, and that we are in this situation for a reason. And for you single ladies out there, God did finally bring my husband, and it wasn't until I was in my 40s. And it was the craziest way that God could have ever brought a man into my life, but I also knew it was God that did it because I could never have met anyone in that particular situation like that. So, and it was the one time I wasn't looking. Like at that moment when God brought my husband to me, I had no desire to look at a man, think about a man, anything with a man. So that's why you just never know when something's going to happen. If you're sitting around and just focusing on it all day long, most likely it's not going to happen because that's all you're doing is thinking about it. And you're basically saying, God, I don't trust you. You got to hurry this up because I don't trust your timing. Like, I'm ready now. Give it to me now. So just put it in God's hands. And I would say, number one, most important, put him first. And guess what? It's a new year, guys. It's time to start fresh. It's 2018, a brand new year. If you don't already spend quiet time with him every single morning, start doing it now. Put him first now. Make this your best year ever, because if you do put God first, every single day and make sure He's number one in your life, this will be your best year ever, I promise. So let's do it, guys. Let's not just sit around and dwell on all the stuff that's not happening in our lives. Believe me, I know I'm even doing it right now. But we got to put Him first, because trust Him. He's got a plan for you, and you are where you are for a reason. So I hope you guys have a great day, and feel free if you ever want to reach out to me, or if you have a prayer request, you can share it below or privately if you'd rather. Always here. Hopefully I can help. Lend a helping ear. So you guys have a great day. Stay faithful, fit, and fabulous. Bye, guys.